It's no secret that the issue of protecting teens on social media has gained massive prevalence to the policymakers of our society in the digital age. With more and more popular platforms like Discord and Roblox implementing invasive age verification methods that are required for basic social interaction functions, it can be very easy to lose sight of the root of the problem in favor of your frustration over the 3D facial scan that you need to give Roblox to converse with your online friends. So what is the problem exactly? As technology advances and is integrated into our day-to-day lives, more and more prevalent becomes its use by the youth. Children nowadays are more connected with those around them and not around them than ever before. But there are many issues that come with that. Something many older users have found as they navigate social media in the modern day is that the solutions meant to protect children from these issues often affect the older users as well. So how can we balance protecting younger users on social media with overall platform usability and economic efficiency? Let's start with why young users should be allowed on social media in the first place. Most obviously, social media allows users to instantly connect socially with others without having to physically be in proximity with them. This is especially useful for staying connected with others in a user's social circles while in situations where there is a large geographical distance separating them. Additionally, according to the National Library of Medicine, use of social media as a young person contributes to more highly developed digital literacy skills later in life, which is becoming a very important set of skills to have in the world today. Lastly, for this video, but not in general, social media is a very important tool for young people looking to voice their ideas. This can seem kind of silly at first, but this is important enough that when the children's free speech on social media was challenged by the state of California, the Supreme Court upheld it in Brown v. Entertainment Merchants Association in 2011. Okay, so what exactly is wrong with teens being on social media? Well, let's dive into that as well. As many teens have experienced, social media is a multi-hundred-billion-dollar industry. In order to increase user retention and thus revenues from advertising and data brokering, most social media platforms are engineered to keep users hooked on them for as long as possible. According to the Columbia Undergraduate Law Review, the optimization of social media platforms can target children in an often predatory manner, causing rampant overconsumption of the platforms by youth. More pressing, however, remains the use of social media platforms by predators to sexually exploit minors. The rising prevalence of grooming, among other forms of sexual exploitation of children, is a very disturbing thing. So let's see exactly what policymakers are doing to combat it. The simplest of the methods legislators are using to protect youth on social media is simply banning people under X years of age from social media. As stated by the National Library of Medicine, however, banning certain age groups off social media platforms has consequences such as instilling feelings of isolation, fostering rebellion against authority, and contributing to underdeveloped digital literacy skills, again, according to the National Library of Medicine. Not ideal, but this is not the only solution people have tried. Another common method used to protect children, this time more prevalently employed by social media platforms themselves, is to, with reasonable certainty, verify the age of each user. Using methods of proof such as government IDs, credit cards, and biometric data scans, many social media platforms such as Discord and Roblox are able to categorize users into different age groups to protect the user youngers from predators. The obvious drawback of this is that in order to verify one's age using one of these methods, a lot of trust has to be put into the hands of the social media platforms. A lot of personal information is shown on things like one's credit card or government ID, and with platforms like Discord having histories of data breaches targeting specifically these kinds of information, not many people are comfortable just handing this stuff over to big tech. One final youth protection method currently in place that I will cover here is the requirement of parental consent for young users to access social media. There don't seem to be many downsides to this, with parents being able to decide what their children should be able to access online on a case-by-case basis, bringing us to our next topic. What does an effective solution to this problem entail? Well, the problem lies in the question itself. We have already seen how with most methods already in place to protect children online, the methods are taken to extremes, with blanket bans and surrender of sensitive personal information seemingly being the requirement for accomplishing our objective. According to the New America organization, and seconded by participants in a survey conducted by the Center for Democracy and Technology, The most effective solution is a holistic approach where a little bit of everything already discussed and more is implemented. A mix of methods including, but not limited to, data privacy legislation, algorithmic transparency, parental oversight, and non-invasive age verification would be most effective in protecting children online. Side note, going back to the survey conducted by the CDT, most households in the survey stressed the importance of flexible policies that worked on a case-by-case basis in legislation geared at protecting children online. Researching for this video, 2 specific approaches for the problem caught my eye. Most of the sources I went through brought up the idea of a digital federal ID, where in order to prove one's age to a social media platform, one can submit specifically the relevant parts of your digital federal ID to the social media platform, proving one's age without having to give up other personal information. Additionally, suggested by the National Library of Medicine, promotion of the emotion regulation skill set and a digital adaptation of the stranger danger mindset may better equip children with the skills necessary to protect themselves online, along with helping prevent media overconsumption. So now, knowing all of this, what can you do to help? One very important thing you can do is to contact your representatives and legislators, not only on a local level, but on a federal level as well. These people's jobs are to hear and attempt to resolve the problems of their constituents, so they often have public email addresses, phone numbers, P.O. boxes, and more to allow the public to contact them. At a less intimidating, but no less important level, you can spread awareness of this problem with your friends, family, and anyone else you might know. The more people this problem concerns, the more attention it will get from representatives and legislators. So share this video with a friend, engage with it to boost it in the algorithm, and stay safe out there.